Okay, so for the second worksheet, 2.8 WSP, we're doing the odd ones, 1 through 17 odd, and we're throwing in number 14. Let's take a look at number 3 here. Number 3, they want us to solve for x, and x is clearly on the left side of the equal sign. So I need to get x by itself. What do? What do I get rid of first? So I want to get rid of the 4y first by doing the opposite of plus 4y, which is a minus 4y. That'll cancel out. What you do to one side, you do to the other side. And you're going to have a new equation that says mx equals, you cannot subtract 3t take away 4y, so we're just going to rewrite it. 3t take away 4y. So I almost have x by itself. Ladies and gentlemen, does this say m plus x? Does it say m minus x? What does it say right here? Times. So m times x. I need to get rid of the multiplication. I'll even put the dot there. I need to get rid of the multiplication of m. How do I do that? By dividing by m, the opposite, right? The opposite of multiplying is dividing. That will cancel out the m's. Now what I do to one side, I do to the other. So I'm just going to put the whole thing over m. And that's my answer. X equals 3t minus 4y over m. Let's move on to a different one. Let's jump to number 9. I want to solve for y. So y is clearly on the left side of the equal sign. I need to get y by itself. I don't want this 2/3. I don't want the v. What do you get rid of first? Let's subtract v. That'll cancel out. Subtract v. You cannot subtract x take away v. So you're just going to rewrite it. You're going to have 2/3 y equals x minus v. Now, what do I do next? Multiply everything by what? By 3. That way it'll cancel out. Times 3 times 3. So if I do multiply everything by 3, I will have 2y equals 3x minus 3v. What would my final step be? What's my final step to get y by itself? To get rid of that multiplication of 2, I divide by the exact value 2. Divide by the exact value 2. So, my final answer is y equals 3x minus 3v over 2. Now, if you check your answer on the back, they don't give you that exact answer. Now, let me explain what the book did, or what the worksheet did to give a final answer of what they have. Let me show you the final answer. The worksheet has a final answer as y equals 3/2 parentheses x minus v. I'm letting you know that this is a very good answer. One is not better than the other. So I'll accept either answer if this is on the quiz, all right? How did they get to this instead of this? Well, at this point, let's go back to this black equation. Let's pretend we didn't just multiply by 3, okay? What the book did is they wanted to get rid of the entire fraction all at once. So what they did was they multiplied both sides. Let me go back and erase this. The times 3, the times 3, the times 3. So what the book did is at this point right here, they actually multiplied both sides by 3/2. That's what the book did. Now, why would they do that? Because when you multiply by the reciprocal, what it does, it'll automatically cancel the 3 and the 2, so it'll get rid of the entire fraction, as opposed to what we did. We got rid of the fraction first, and then we got rid of the 2. The book got rid of both the 3's and the 2's all at once and got y by itself. Now, if you did multiply the left side by 3/2, you also have to multiply the right side by 3/2. And that's how the book got that answer of y equals 3/2 parentheses x minus v. Okay? But since we are so used to getting rid of the fraction by multiplying everything by 3, this is also a very acceptable, very correct answer. So the reason why am I explaining this? Because if you're at home and you get this red answer and this is in the back, don't think that you're wrong. This is absolutely right. As a matter of fact, I prefer this answer than this one. Okay? So don't think that you're wrong. It's just they wrote it differently because they solved it a little differently, but it's the same exact answer. 14 looks like fun. Let's get L by itself. Okay? Because they're telling us to solve for L. L is on which side of the equal sign? The left side or the right side? It's on both sides. So you don't want it on both sides. What do? Just get rid of one of them. Which one? Let's get rid of the 3L by subtracting 3L. That'll cancel out. What I do to one side, I do to the other side. Take away 3L. Now notice, I'm not going to do take away 3L on the 5 because I can't do that. Like, let's pretend that there was just a 5 right there. That, okay, take away 3L, you'd have to rewrite it so because you can't do it. But it's not just a 5, it's 5 plus 5L. So where are we going to take away the 3L from? From the other L, because that's the only place I could actually subtract it from. Anyhow, let's continue working on this. So what do we have left over on the left side? On the left side, we have a y, then we have equals 5, and then 5 take away 3, that is positive 2 with an L. 5L take away 3L is 2L. Now, we are solving for L, not for y, so I need to get rid of the 2 in front and the 5 to get L by itself. So what do I get rid of first? Minus 5 to get rid of the 5. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Y minus 5, I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is rewrite it over here. Let me go, so y minus 5, I'm going to rewrite the whole thing over here. It's going to be y minus 5, because I couldn't combine it, equals 2 with an L. Final step to get L by itself. I need to get rid of this 2 in front. So I'm going to divide by. Thank you. What I do to one side, I do to the other side. And I just do it to the entire side. So there is my answer. I'm going to write it with the L on the left. L equals y minus 5 over 2. That's it right there. Is there any other one on this worksheet that you would like to see?
Can we do 7?
7, of course. We're solving for M, correct?
Yeah.
So here's M. It's not over here on the right side. It's only on the left side. Let's get M by itself. So I need to get rid of everything. What do you want to get rid of first? The 2/3. You want to get rid of the A. What do you want to get rid of first? Anything you want. There's many roads to the same place. Go for it. Say something. Okay, so let's get rid of the fraction first. How do I get rid of the fraction? Times 3. To be honest with you, I would have gotten rid of the A first, but let's just go with the fraction. All right. Times 3. Times 3. Times 3. Times 3. Everything times 3. So 3 on top, 3 on the bottom cancels out. I'm going to have 2m left over. 3 times a, that's going to be a 3a. Bring down the equal sign. 3 times a is going to be a 3a. And then at the very end, plus r times 3 is going to be a 3r. Are you with me? Yes? Okay. So I'm solving for m. M is right here. It's on the left side of the equal sign. I need to get it by itself. So what do I get rid of now? Do I get rid of the 2 or the 3a? The 3a. So I'm going to subtract 3a, subtract 3a, and of course I'm going to line it up. The 3a take away 3a. 3a take away 3a is 0, right? So what do I have left? I have 2m equals 3r. So for my final step, what do I do? Divide by 2, divide by 2, and I'm done. Here's my answer. M equals 3r over 2. M equals 3r over 2. Technically, you could also write it like this. 3 halves r. but I believe in the back they leave it as 3r over 2. That's what I would do. I'm done. Keep working.